Hello everyone, this is me again, V, and I am back with a new video. Today I am going to be doing the mid-year book freakout tag, and if you do not already know about it, the mid-year book freakout tag is just a mid-year check-in about your progress and how many books you've read, your favorite, the most disappointed you were in, what you're looking forward to, and something along those lines. So I'm going to be doing that tag today. I had planned to actually post it on the 1st of July. So much for being exact. Look where it got me. Anyways, I just could not do it. I was most excited about that tag since the day I've started my channel, and so I made a booktube friend. She is my first booktube friend, to be honest. I actually found this video of hers, and then I was just like, I have to talk to her, and I found her Instagram. So I asked her if she would like me to tag her in this video, and she was like, yeah, why not? And then we decided on a date, and her video was ready even before mine, and I had not filmed it, and now I am filming it. It is, which date today? 23rd July. I'm filming it now, and right after I post it, I'll tell her to post too. Definitely go check out her channel. Her name is Ayesha, and her channel's name is Books to Anyone. I love her videos. She has not posted a lot of videos till now, I think, but the ones that she has posted, I love it. The way she talks and the way she expresses, it's absolutely amazing. So yeah, definitely go check out her channel. I have already tagged her and her video is even ready before mine, so I'm actually excited to watch her video. I can't because I have not filmed yet. Sorry, I myself have not posted yet or even filmed, which I am doing right now. Okay, anyways, so let's just not get into other stupid random stuff and get right into the mid-year book freakout tags. I'm late for everything, which is totally my fault. The first question is the best book that you have read so far in 2021. The best that I have read this year is The Song of Achilles. I cannot stop talking about it. I loved it so much. Okay? Like, it's the best in terms of everything. World building, writing, characters, relationships, war, everything was just so perfect, and I loved it. And it was the first book that introduced me to Greek mythology, and now here I am. I want to read the Odyssey or whatever the other book is. It's that good. I would definitely recommend to anyone who wants to get into Greek mythology or loves Greek mythology and wants to read more of it. Definitely read The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. It is perfect. I mean, if you don't like it, you can do whatever you want to me. You can say whatever you want to me, like whatever, okay? But I am telling you, it was so nice. And if you have been following my channel and you know what my taste in books is, then if you trust me, yeah, definitely give it a go. It's amazing. It's the easiest 5 stars that I have given this year. I'm still not able to get over it. I still remember those boys. I still remember the book. I still remember the moments and their dialogues. I keep looking at the fan art, and I'm even thinking of making a fan edit on them, but I want it to be perfect, and so I'm just looking for different clips. My favorite movie on them is Troy, even though I hate it for everything that is different in it. Of course, it's not a direct TV adaptation of it, so I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that Achilles is straight in Troy, and I draw the line over there. Like, he is not straight. Come on. There's so much more to Achilles and Patroclus, and I know that the movie is Troy and the focus is on war and all of that, and we don't get much of Achilles or Patroclus or their relationship and friendship in the movie. Still, Achilles is not straight. He's not, and I'm not accepting any shit. The next question that we have here is the best sequel that you have read so far in 2021. And I think this is not a surprise if you've been following my channel, but it is Days of Blood and Starlight in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy by Laini Taylor. Honestly, I read the whole trilogy and the writing was stunning. The world was gorgeous, and because I read that book before Greek mythology, I had no idea about the concept of gods and monsters. Everything was so new to me, and it was fascinating the way Laini Taylor wrote it. But I did not really like the first book. Like, it was not as dull as 3.5 stars, but it was not as good as the other 4-star reads that I've read. So I rated it 3.99999. It was just amazing. Why it was amazing is that everything that we were left craving for by the end of Daughter of Smoke and Bone, which I'm definitely not focusing on the romance because it got a lot in the first book. The second book focuses on the war and the hatred between the Chimera and the Seraphim, the angels, and it focuses a lot on character development, like on the side characters. I was just so fascinated with the world, the concept, the friendships, the hatred. Everything was so strongly delivered in the form of writing. I have no other word than fascinated or amazed. I mean, it was that good. It was the best sequel, and it actually made me cry. It got to me. Like, I got so emotional in the book. Things were happening. I mean, the book is slow paced because Laini Taylor is the kind of writer who focuses more on writing and how beautifully it is delivered than on the plot or the characters. So that was there, but I got so emotional, it made me cry. It was the best sequel I read. I mean, on the whole, the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy is not that good. Like, I would not say that definitely read it. I would say if you like the flowery writing and the concept of gods and monsters, give it a go, give it a try. But I'm not gonna say that it's a must read. I would say Strange the Dreamer duology by Laini Taylor is a must read. Definitely go read it. You'd love it. If you don't, then you know that the author is not for you. Even though I did not like Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy on the whole, what I was saying is that this sequel and the novella, which I will talk about later, were the best. They were so good that I sometimes want to go back in there and reread it, but then my reread list is just growing, and I think that it will soon be bigger than my TBR. So let's just not add more to the list of books to reread. Our third question is a new release that you haven't yet read but want to. Easy. I have not yet read Chain of Iron. This book is so big. I have not yet read Chain of Iron and cannot hold it. But I wanted to show that I have it. So what I was saying is that this is the sequel that I'm very, very excited to read. I was excited to read it before it was even released. But then it got released and I was into the Grishaverse, and then when I finished Grishaverse, I got into other books to like take a break from the world, and then my assignments and quizzes started, and then my semester mid started, and then I had a few plans that I had to go with, and I just did not want to read this book in the midst of everything. Like, I want to give it all of my attention and my whole time so that, you know, I absorb everything and love everything. I also actually want to make a vlog on it, but I cannot do it when my attention is divided and I cannot give it proper time. So I'm not gonna go with it. And then Cassie gave us the date for the sequel to this one, which is the last book in the Last Hour series, Chain of Thorns, and it's gonna be released in November of 2022. I forgot the year. It's gonna be released then, which is a lot of time, and I don't think that I can wait that long, so I'm gonna put this one off a little longer. And so I haven't gotten to it yet, but I really want to, and I soon will. Oh, okay, my bookmarks came out. The fourth question that we have is the most anticipated release for the second half of the year, and If only I had posted this video on time, I would say that I'm waiting for it to get released. But now it is released, and it is none other than Anyway the Wind Blows, which is the third book in the Simon Snow trilogy, I think, if the author doesn't decide to write any more books, though I'd love them if there would be. The first book is Carry On, the second book is Wayward Son, and yeah, I have these two. I'm waiting for the third one. Oh, and the hardback covers of these books, I am in love with them, and I don't have any of the hardcovers. Sad. Yeah, this is the one that I'm actually excited about. I love them so much. Simon Snow and Boz are like, I love them. I love them so much. I cannot explain. Okay, so about the books, it is kind of a Harry Potter retelling. There's this magical school, and you go to train, and you become a wizard or a witch, and there are different kinds of spells, and the spells are actually very funny. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, that's all you really want to know. If you are the kind of person who says no, you cannot copy Harry Potter and stuff like that, you will not be enjoying it. But if you think like me, if you think that J.K. Rowling does not own the idea of a magical school, then you definitely love it, because I recently watched the Winx Saga, the TV show, and I remember I loved this cartoon series as a kid, and you know, like, magical schools are everywhere, not just in Harry Potter. It's in Winx Club and in okay, I'm not remembering right now, but J.K. Rowling does not own the magic school idea. Anyway, so I had not even read Harry Potter when I read the Simon Snow books, so I did not really feel like criticizing anything. I loved both the books. The only issue that I had with the first one was that I knew that there was a character named Boss, and I was waiting for him, and he was not there for a long time in the book. The book starts, and I keep waiting, and then Buzz finally shows up. His name is spelled B-A-Z. People call him, I don't know what they call him, but I call him Buzz. Just like I call Cosbreaker, not Gaz. Okay, so this is the question. And the question is, your biggest disappointment this year. Not gonna even hesitate to pick up this book. You, buddy. You. Whatever this fucking shit is, I'm sorry. I love Cassandra Clare. She is my most favorite author, which is kind of why I actually bought this book, and it's trash. It's not a good trash. It's I have no words to say about this. I am so disappointed in this. I have a lot of issues. The first and main issue is that I love the TMI gang, and I love them as grown-ups, but I did not really appreciate their appearance in this book. I would have much preferred it to be a Malik book. Putting aside everything else that disappointed me in this book, the other main thing that I did not really like in this book was that we were promised bonus content on the wedding scene of Jem and Tessa, and I was actually expecting it to be written in Tessa's point of view or in Jem's point of view, but then we got it in Magnus's point of view, and I actually really like Magnus as a character, but the way it was written in his point of view, it was more Malik content than Jessa content, and that kind of disappointed me. And then the wedding is something that nobody even remembers that it happened, and that too is something that I do not like. Like, why could they not have a proper wedding which everyone remembers? Why does it have to be something like a dream that people know they saw in a dream but didn't actually, take place? So I just did not like a lot of things that happened in this book, but the one thing that gave this book a plus point was the epilogue. The epilogue was really strong. The way the demons all gathered together, okay, that's a spoiler, that was really strong, and that actually gave me a feeling that the third book in the trilogy is going to be darker and that it will be more serious. There will be a lot to deal with, but then again, I know that it is set in time before the Dark Artifices, in which Magnus and Alec both are in perfect condition, so nothing bad can actually happen to them, but still, it could impact on other things related to the demons in the last hours or in the wicked powers. And again, we are getting Julian and Emma's travel year on Tumblr, and I'm actually so glad that Cassie has decided to write it and to give us content on them for free. I mean, any other author, for example, Sarah J. Maas, would have, asked for money to read her story online. And I'm so glad that Cassie is not doing that, because if she wanted, she could earn off of it, but she isn't doing it. And so that's my favorite author once again. That was all for the disappointment of this year. Oh, and another disappointment of this year, I did not have high expectations of this book, but then again, I was expecting at least something, because I read the Shadow and Bone trilogy, and I knew some reviews that I read and some other people I talked to say that it's not really that good. Like, some people love it and have hyped it up, but it's not worth it, and so my expectations were low. But when the trilogy was ending, I was expecting a good end, and I did not get even that, which kind of made Ruin and Rising by Lee Bardugo another disappointment this year. So the sixth question is biggest surprise. This one again is very easy, because The Night of Cake and Puppets by Laini Taylor in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. It was a very, very nice book, short, and in fact it was a novella, and novellas are usually short, but that was the one novella that I was wishing was longer, because it was that good. It made me so happy. It was about the side characters in the trilogy, and it's one of the trilogies where I love the side characters more. I love them so much more than the main characters. Susanna is one of my new favorite characters this year. The seventh question is new favorite author. I will choose two authors. Definitely Lee Bardugo. I love her writing. I love the world that she has created for us. I love that I have more books in the world to read, and yeah, I'm excited about it. And another author that I really, really love is Madeline Miller. I read The Song of Achilles and I read Circe, and both the books are just stunning. The writing is gorgeous, the characters are well developed, the world building is just totally complete. There's nothing missing in the books. I did have a few issues with Circe, which I talked about in my previous video. But other than that, it's perfect, and these two authors are just the gems that I found this year. Next question is newest fictional crush. Now, when I talk about books, I do keep saying all the time about which characters I absolutely love and which I would like to reread about and would like them to be real and stuff, but when it comes to fictional crushes, I do not have many. There are not any characters that I would have a crush on. Yeah, one of the characters that I read about this year was Nikolai from Shadow and Bone trilogy, and he was absolutely amazing, but then again, he's not a crush. He was just the lifesaver of the trilogy, because this trilogy was that boring. He gave the trilogy life by just being there. Thanks to Lee Bardugo for creating his character, otherwise the trilogy would have been a flop without him. And I have no idea why she could not write about other main characters the way she wrote about him. Yeah, he's the closest thing to a crush this year. I do not really have a crush on any of the fictional characters, not even in female characters. Yeah. Okay, now this is the question that I love, which I can actually not choose one for. The question is newest favorite character. Now, favorite characters, I have a lot. I love Patroclus from The Song of Achilles. I love Susanna from The Night of Cake and Puppets, which is actually the book that she is the main character of, but on the other hand, she's the side character of Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. I love Nikolai, as I said before. He is the side character in Shadow and Bone trilogy and the main character in King of Scars duology, which I'm very excited to read. Oh yes, I love the crows. I love each one of them. I can not even choose my most favorite of all, because those 6 are just the best team that I've got this year, and I want more of them. And then I looked up on Goodreads and I saw that there's a third book coming in the Six of Crows duology, and then it will be a trilogy, and
amazing!
Yay. Like, that's it. I love it. I'm glad that there's going to be more of those characters. And yeah, Kaz, Nina, Matthias, Jesper, Wylan, and Inesh. Those 6, Nikolai, Patroclus, Achilles. Yes, Achilles, I really loved him as a character, but you know, I just loved Patroclus more. And Susanna is just the best. I cannot even tell you how good of a character she is. She has this amazing sense of humor. She takes no shit from anyone, and she's very straightforward and, you know, just a really good friend. She's understanding, she's caring, and she's like always there with something to make you feel better with. 4 questions left. The 10th question that we have here is books that made you cry. The book that made me cry the most this year was The Song of Achilles, and like, it made me cry so much that I cried when I read it. I cried when I was looking for the quotes that I wanted to talk about in my vlog. I cried again when I was vlogging, and even now when I think about those characters or when I look up the fan art, it does bring me close to tears. Another book that made me cry this year a little bit was my reread of Jane of Gold. I did not cry the first time I read it, but this year when I read it, I felt everything so strongly, and I noticed so many things that I did not notice the first time. It made me so emotional. The 11th question is a book that made you happy, and there are quite a few books that made me happy this year. The first one was The Midnight Library. It was a very motivational book. There's this girl who is like tired of her life and wants to just take her life. She wants to suicide, and she thinks that there's nothing left of her life to live with or do much about it. But then she enters this midnight library, which I'm not going to talk about because it will spoil otherwise. But through that library, she realizes that there's a lot more to life than she is looking at. There's this one quote in the book that says, "It's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see." And I think it applies everywhere in life. It's a very practical thing. The best thing about that book is that it's inspirational and motivational, and I think anyone would feel good reading that book. It was again one of the easiest 5 stars I gave this year. Just that good. Next question that we have here is, what is the most beautiful book you've bought so far this year? And I absolutely love the cover of Chain of Iron. It is just so simple yet beautiful. The colors are so pretty, and I love Lucy Herondale, who is actually on the cover, and it just makes everything perfect. So this is the book that I love. I also love the hardcover of Rule of Wolves. Look at this design. I mean, significance of the tree on the cover and the silver foiling on maroon or red. I do not know what I should call this color, but it just looks stunning. And yeah, these are the 2 books that I absolutely love the cover of. I have yet to read both of them. I have no idea when I will be making time for it. The last question that we have here is, what books do you need to read by the end of this year? And okay, so my TBR is way too long to tell all the books, but the ones that I have prioritized as of now are The Modern Fairy Tales by Holly Black. I love this author. I love the Cruel Prince trilogy by her, and I actually read another book by her this year. I read The Darkest Part of the Forest, and it was really good, but again, not the Cruel Prince level. And this one is said to be it's said to be set in the same world, but way before in time. So I'm curious to know about it. And another book is, I've actually had this book on my mind since last year. I want to explore more genres in books. I want to read classics, and I want to read more psychological thrillers or mysteries in general, but I'm not getting to it. And I have thought of giving this one time. Its name is A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. It's a classic book which is a book that Cassandra Clare took inspiration from to write The Infernal Devices, which again is one of my most favorite trilogies, so I'm really excited to read about it. And then again, there are some people on Goodreads who write reviews and have same taste as me in books, and they loved it. So again, that's the reason that I am really looking forward to this one. Other than that, yeah, I am looking forward to the King of Scars duology. I really want to read this one, especially because of Nikolai, but again, some of the friends that I have similar taste in books with told me that this one was a disappointment for them and that Rule of Wolves was better. But anyways, I've kind of spoiled myself for a lot of things that happen in King of Scars duology. Still, I want to read about Nikolai. Yeah, that's about it. I have a lot of other books, like I want to get to the Priory of the Orange Tree and Poppy War series. It's actually a trilogy, I think. And yeah, some other books like that. But these are high on my list. So let's see which one I pick when. I actually am putting off the King of Scars duology as well, not only because I want to give it full time and full attention, but also because I want to make a vlog on it, and I am not able to give it full time because of, studies. Yeah, that's about it. These are all the questions that were in the mid-year book freakout tag. By the end of this video, all I wanted to say is that I'm tagging Ayesha from Books to Anyone, and you should definitely go check out her channel. She is one of the most amazing friends that I've made on BookTube, and the only one to be specific. If you are new to my channel and you have come this far in the video and you've watched all of it without forwarding much and you've seen what I think about different books, then I hope you stick around and let me know what books you read. Definitely let me know the books that you would recommend, the books that you give 5 stars this year so far, the best ones. Do let me know any other new anticipated release for the second half of the year. I would love to know a new book and would love to get to it. With that, I'll end this video. Have a good time. Take care.